a single article which will solve everything. And we really need to do more and in much more details, more kind of workable procedures to really promote the living will, which is very good.
The Chat Lounge. The Chat Lounge unpacks views and opinions on hot issues in a more casual way.
It's so complicated. Sorry, Nadia, you were saying?
Actually, this is just similar like the wheel. You know, our China registration center, any client come over, if they need wheel, we will do first have a check his conscious. You know, he look maybe normal, but maybe he has some of the problems. So we have to make sure. So actually, this is legal, right? There's a lot of things. Make sure so this living will should be doing when the client should be clearly conscious with all the family together and come to register, because this is living will is very strict and rigorous. If you want to make the legal and effective suggestion, you must be do it by the legal effective professional institute. So the patient and the client come, he will write everything, he check before he is conscious, his health condition and everything before he make the will. And when he completed all the will, we will give the certificate, one like a bank card, you can put in the machine and register all your document, everything was there. If the client really die or anything, we will give the card and the relative will bring this card to come to check all the will to see the written. Even we have written video and everything, he can talk to everything. We will keep in the book in the center. The relative come. So this is make sure it's legally. So we actually, I think the living will in the future will same as this one. I am highly recommend. I will on behalf of the China registration, I will invite all of you come over to see how we do it. This is really legal and make sure that will solve a lot of problems.
Right.
So I will highly recommend invite you come over. Probably that's
so Nadia. All Nadia was saying is that do it as early as possible and do it with China Will Registration Center.
No, and also, I mean, not only that, because this one should do it as early as possible. But no worry, if you want to change your will, your living will, when you still, it's just like our will, you probably write it 3 years ago. Now, maybe you have divorce or anything, you change your will. The latest one will be legal one. So you still can change it, but mainly important is you should be your conscience should be clearly, and this doctor also check, make sure this is all legal.
Nadia, I got one question. Is it free to do it with your organization, or
if you are over age 60 and you have only one property less than 140 square meter? And that can be do it as the free. But if you are the rich man, you have 3-5 house, or you have a lot of property, or you have a lot land, that will depend on. So it's all the different depend on the person and his the financial condition.
That's related to property. What about the living will?
The living will is the same. I mean, this is a profit, but you are living. We are, as I mentioned before, since 3 years before we start to think about this one, because this, as the professional and the doctor said, this is a lot of things you have to concern. So that's why we are not really start to make it. But as Shenzhen now they started, we believe. In the future, we'll have more people concerned. Just like me, when I was healthy, I can decide what kind of life. I don't want to. I was have very good life, but in the end of stage, when I was maybe lost my conscience or maybe something, and if the family have decided to, I want to. Even in end of stage, I want to have of my own life. So that's why it's really important. It's not simple. Only one thing you reason. It takes a lot of procedure to complete that.
Right. If any of our listeners are is interested, you can just contact Nadia. But let's go back to Shenzhen. All of you just mentioned how complicated this enforcement of such a bill could be. But my question is, why did Shenzhen become the first city on the mainland to adopt such a legislation? I understand the Beijing Living Will Promotion Association was established in 2013.
Yeah.
Well, a similar association was set up in Shenzhen only in 2020. That's just 2 years ago. So what advantages does Shenzhen have when it comes to passing such a bill? Professor Wang or Professor Zhang, both of you?
Let me start very briefly.
Okay.
Legally speaking, Shenzhen is a special economic zone which got permission to pass regulations, local regulations and rules which are different from the national law. So this is a very crucial point. So legally, they are authorized to conduct pilot projects. So many pilot projects in economic and social areas. This is the first, if not the first, a very important step in the health sector. So for Shenzhen to exercise its own autonomy, legislative granted autonomy, to make regulations which are different from the national law or different from other local regulations. As I mentioned, on the national law level, there is an ambiguous area. This issue has not been decided by law, but never against the law. So therefore, Shenzhen has the legislative power to go ahead to try this very kind of progressive step, trying to promote the new concepts, trying to gradually change the kind of mindset of the society, which I think is very good. Legally speaking, it has the granted rights, authority to do that.
Right. Professor Zhang?
Yes, I totally agree with Professor Wang's opinion. Shenzhen is different. It's a unique city compared to other cities in China and other provinces, especially Beijing, Shanghai. They have a kind of special authority to do this kind of things. And also Shenzhen, like an emerging economy city, and they have kind of different spirits. I think for different cities, they have different style, different spirits. I think Shenzhen is very unique. And also, another thing is that actually, when drafted the civil code in